fuck happens.
All right, let me get the timer going. Hold on.
All right.
So we're doing 10 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
Let's roll. Start your timer.
Alrighty, and welcome to another broadcast episode of the Two Crazy Guys. My name is Donald Lowry, aka Big D, and I have Mark Boyle, aka Prepper Guy, and we are trying something new today, and so we're gonna see how it goes. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, I'm doing great. We're playing with StreamYard. I'm liking it.
So far, so good. It just got to where Skype, every time you turn around, technical difficulty after technical difficulty. So we're trying this one out. And you're listening to us on the Contra Radio Network. Mark has been doing a lot of work on that webpage. You can go check it out at www.contraradionetwork.com. We have a lot of new things coming. We are streaming via the Live 365 platform. You can catch this program in its entirety every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And John Jeffers follows us at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, also on the Contra Radio Network. If you want to listen, all you have to do, Mark has made this so easy. Just log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com, scroll down to the bottom, click on the picture where it says Listen Live, and you can listen to the station 24/7. There's a lot of music playing there right now. We're working on that. We've got a new show with Daniel J., and he actually brought in quite a bunch of listeners the last program. They're on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. My show is on Sundays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. And Mark Boyle, the Prepper Guy, is going to be bringing his podcast back. So we've got a lot of that going on. We've got possibly a new sponsor coming on. That's about all we're going to say about that. That's a tease. We're meeting with them tomorrow, Mark, John, and I, to square out the rest of the details. But it's going to be something that you're going to like. If you're into what we're doing, the patriotic and the prepper and all of that stuff, you're going to like what they have to offer. And so that's about all we're going to say about that. Mark, what's going on, big boy?
Well, you brought up the website, and I have been working on it. Of course, it's all in the background because I haven't made too much of it live yet.
Yeah.
But we're going to be offering, free memberships and newsletters that'll be free, but it'll give you permission to go into the archives because we want the newsletter a little bit more exclusive, to where we want a dedicated listener,
right,
or viewer or one of our fans from, us Contra Radio Network Facebook page, so anyone can just go on the website and surf all of our content. But the newsletter, I think, we decided we'd like it to be just a little bit, more, not exclusive, but just not the usual run-of-the-mill stuff.
A little more private.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Facebook. There is currently a Contra Radio Network Facebook page. It is a private page. It's a private members page. We are going to be opening a new Contra Radio Network broadcasting page. When that page is open and in its full swing, then we will also give that link out as well. So you'll be able to join that. It will be a public group that you'll be able to join. So there's going to be two groups. One is a private exclusive group. The other group is a public group. And so we're working on that. There's just a lot going on. We're really working on this whole networking thing. And it's just, man, things are, sometimes it seems like it's dragging along. And then sometimes it seems like it's going so fast we can't keep up with it all.
Well, yeah, the learning curve with, the membership part of the website, it's all short code based and it's almost Greek to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm starting to see what they're telling me. We'll put this here and this is what happens. And it's like voodoo, it's HTML voodoo.
Sure.
And so I'm sure someone that's done it once or twice they're like, oh, Mark, that's so simple. But
yeah,
this is all kind of kind of new.
Well,
So
I remember in the old days, I learned HTML coding and all of that.
yeah,
And, you had this big, long code that went down the whole page. And if you put, an ampersand or something in the wrong place, you screwed the whole thing up. And
yeah,
I remember those days. And then came Java and all that other stuff.
yeah.
And now I'm like, you know what?
Well,
Forget it. I don't even want to do that. But I used to program entire web pages in HTML code.
yeah. Well, HTML was a lot like COBOL.
Yeah.
Which was the business language. With the punch cards and all that. And it was the same thing. You leave a period out, and it just you had 600 errors in your program. And I learned to really like it because I could understand the flow of it. But it was more English based than HTML. It's kind of weird gibberish and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's just figuring out what the computer's asking you to do, or the servers and stuff. And then we're going to have a couple memberships. Actually, I'm going to kind of rip off the Patreon model to where you'll be able to support CRN and what we're trying to do with the stream and all that, with similar kind of rewards, I guess is what Patreon called it, where you could pay $5 a month and you get access to this stuff, which is all available anyway. So it's really your way of just saying, hey, I like you guys, here's $5, $10 and $15 a month, and then you do get some giveaways and stuff like that with the $15 a month. So I thought, well, Patreon are a bunch of politically correct censors, but so instead of calling it Patreon, I'm calling it patron, which is the actual word to be a patron of somebody. Right. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then the other membership levels I'm going to leave out for now, as far as, becoming a host on the streaming thing. That's more of something that really requires, sitting down with one of us and, what your needs are and what you want to do.
Right.
And the same,
Mark's working on that too. He's going to have a table and everything there so that you'll see, what you get and all of that.
Right. Kind of a overview, but I think when you click to check it out, then it'll get in a hold of you or John or people that know more about the broadcast side of it.
Right.
And then as far as sponsorships and stuff like that for advertisers, that'll be on there. But I'm trying to keep it clean and not cluttered up with a bunch of crazy nonsense. So it's been fun. It's definitely another learning curve in the life and times of Prepper Guy.
Sure.
But that's why we do this, right?
That's exactly why. That's exactly right. I mean, doing all the broadcasting stuff, man, that's requiring a lot more than what I originally envisioned as well. But it's good because it's what I like to do. I am a producer. That's what I do. And it's good. So, getting everything lined up, getting the news briefs and all that all lined up. People think that producers don't do a lot. There's a lot of work that goes in the background of production. And so,
oh yeah, even like with this live stream thing that we're playing, with, it's, I'm going to give a shout out to StreamYard. It's pretty nice. And it's so far for what we're seeing, the audio sounds really good, from what I'm hearing of you.
Yeah.
And then, the one I did with John Jeffers a while back, that the sound was really good on that. So kudos to them. And when you're talking about production, we have all these little things which only our viewers will see, but on YouTube. But you got all that production stuff, which is what a producer does, either on audio, like radio, or on television. It's
right.
What are you bringing in right now, and stuff. So it's a lot of work, and you're doing a great job. I mean, I've listened to the stream a few times, but I've been so busy with, the website side of it that I haven't done a podcast or nothing. It's just I can barely keep
you've been ripping it up over there too, man. It's looking good. Give yourself some kudos too, man.
Well, you guys are so hard to keep up with all these messengers popping up everywhere. There's you and Julie and me and you and John and everybody's like, let's use some email here because I can read that in my spare time.
Sure. So look, we've already burnt up the first segment of the program. We've got a lot, going on, and so we've kind of gotten a little bit like a squirrel, if you will. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the news, and we're going to talk about a lot of that coming up here soon. So we'll be back after. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back after this message from some of our sponsors. So we'll see you on the other side of the break.
So I think now we can just, ramble on. I can edit that out in the video and then make 4 video clips and then take the audio from them. And so I wanted to see, I want to see if I can change my camera. I actually hear a little latency coming through on you there.
Really?
Yeah. I can hear your speakers there. Wow.
I don't have my headphones charged up.
Oh.
I'm going to have to get some fucking headphones, man.
You're going to have to grow up, Don. Jesus Christ. I tell you, what the fuck's wrong with you? Look at but just the changing my Logitech Pro 2.
Hold on. I've got FedEx at the door. I'm not expecting something, but hold on.
All right. Well, this is pretty fucking cool. I'm liking it. 5 viewers, none. This is going private, so. I'm just sitting here. I got time.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just playing around here. This is going to be, which show is this? I mean, I've been dating them with the Sunday dates, but I don't know if we should quit worrying about that.
Continue that until we're done, because I'll just rename it.
Right.
Continue that until we're done. I guess we're not going to keep doing KYAH, huh?
No, it's fine. I mean, well, I guess we'll keep doing it, but
yeah, until we're done. I mean, we're not going to renew.
Yeah, that's I think what I got from John. Is Sunday the 21st?
The 21st, yes. Let me double check that. No, Sunday is the 20th, sir.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm going to just
goddamn shit in a group, buddy.
No. I refuse to get my shit together. I had my shit together once. I fucking lost it. So this would be for the show on KYAH.
And then this will start. Yeah. And then this will start. This will start our programming for next week on the live stream.
Okay.
And as long as we record, and then we'll always have the show going forward.
Right.
So my schedule is going to get fucked up here. So we're going to have to change our recording days a couple of times, but we're okay for now.
You know that Wednesdays and Fridays are good for me, but then I'm at the store, so fucking people walk in at the worst times.
Yeah.
So Mondays are good, and then it just depends if I take Tuesday or Thursday.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm getting ready to go on to 12-hour shifts again.
Right.
So next week, I just got off. I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I go in Tuesday 8 hours, Wednesday 9 hours, Thursday and Friday I'm on 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm off Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I'm on 12 hours.
Right.
I get off at noon on Thursday, and then I'm off for 6 days, and then I go back in the following Thursday at noon and work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 hours again. So it's a fucked up deal.
It's just fucked up. I hate work. I wish I was retired like some of these people I see on the YouTube.
Yeah.
I work at this so every day. It's like, oh, it must be nice to do what you like.
I know. All right. Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about in the second show, other than Pelosi and Chuckles stormed out on Trump yesterday.
Oh, fuck them. Yeah, it's such a joke.
And she refuses to hold an impeachment vote, so I guess we can talk about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're at 15:35.
All right. So I'm going to start. Well, I've got my timer. So ready?
Yep.
All righty. Welcome back to the second segment of today's program. And we do encourage you to check out our sponsors. We encourage you to check out getthetea.com. They've been with us since I came on board. almost a year now, huh, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been with
I'm
us.
thinking so. Yeah.
They've been with us for a while, and they're excited. They're good people, and we really appreciate them. GetTheT.com. Also, log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com. We have a new sponsor that's probably going to be coming on board. We won't be mentioning them in this show, but
No, but I'm pretty excited for that.
yeah, they actually reached out to us instead of us reaching out to somebody for a change.
Yeah.
They reached out to us, and they seem pretty excited, and so do we. So if the deal goes through, we will know tomorrow. If the deal goes through, man, I'm going to be excited about this because Mark and I will have a whole new level of stuff to talk about as well.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
Mark just put it up there on the screen. GetTheT.com. If you're watching the video version of this, which will be on YouTube, it will also be on ContraRadioNetwork.com. The audio portion of this will be on the Podbean hosting account at ContraRadioNetwork.podbean.com. This will also be heard on KYAH 540 AM, Utah's Talk Authority. And this will also be heard, will be streamed online on Contra Radio Network Broadcasting, which is accessible by going to ContraRadioNetwork.com. Scroll down to the bottom. A lot of Contra Radio Network stuff, but that's what brand is all about, my friend.
Yeah, well, that's our brand.
Yeah,
that's who we be.
It's good to be on board with that, man. It's really good to be on board with Contra Radio Network, and I have a vision for CRN. I think my vision probably actually exceeds yours and John's.
It might be, but I think I think if we can start pulling in live streaming with our content, and then we can use the audio for radio, and then the videos on our YouTube channel. We need to get set up with the CRN YouTube, and we can pick up a lot of subscribers and fans there. And just
we do have the ability to stream live on the Live 365 platform as well. I just haven't figured that out yet. Maybe we'll test that at some point. Maybe what we can do is we can link it to this, and then we can have a live feed here as well as on the YouTube channel, as well as on the radio network. We'll just have to see how it all works out.
Well, I think we got a lot of loyal fans, throughout the years. John's got tons of them, and with the Country Radio Network. So I see it going up.
Yeah,
it's uphill to get there, but I see a lot of good coming out of it. Julie Kenny's on board with our social media stuff as far as newsletters and emails. So, and we all work for free, so that's helping.
That's how it has to be, my friend. In the beginning, it's always that way.
I know John, he always used to say, I should buy that website, but they want $6,000. And then he turns around and goes, what have you been doing? What good are you, Mark? It's like, I just saved you $6,000, and hiring a producer would cost a fortune. And someone like what Julie's doing, and, but then John puts in his time, with his stuff. So we got a good team going. I'm liking it.
And we all get along well, we like to tease each other, but that's what good friendship is about. We all get along very well. We all think a lot alike, and it's good to be able to have a group of individuals that I can go to, that I can vent to, that actually get it and understand what I'm talking about. Yeah,
because we always talk about politics. We're always on the same page. We all think that I've spoken with John before, and he knows that the difference between a republic and a democracy.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the overpaid people on Fox, and Julie brings a real more prepper. She's got a lot of training in that, and being a homesteader and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it's hard to say something that John won't sit there and go, "You're darn right." What the heck, so.
But funny you should mention overpaid
news
people. We had Shep Smith walked off.
Yep.
Fox News. I mean, he just literally walked off the set. Well, when he finished his program, he was done. It was his last show.
Yeah.
Been with them since they started.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They all seem to say that it's kumbaya over there, but I think he got into it with somebody else who's a staunch Trump supporter over there by the name of Sean Hannity, but I didn't say that. So I don't know. They all say they're fine.
Shepard Smith was always kind of, I'm not going to say on the fence, because that's just kind of has connotations of undecided. But he definitely was part of the never Trump kind of guys. And I think when Fox News kind of went a little more fair and balanced after Rupert Murdoch, died, well, just before, not Rupert Murdoch, Roger Ailes died, they were already starting to want to, feel all squishy and cushy and have safe spaces. And so they'd lost that real hardcore conservative message.
Yeah. And then, Disney acquired the network.
Yeah. So then there you go. You might as well kiss off of reality.
Yeah. Right, since then it's really been going down. There's still some good people on there.
It's a Mickey Mouse organization now.
But we use our news feed.
I tell you,
we get our news feed there from them when we do our top of the hour news feed. So I don't want to bite the hand that feeds us.
No, well, and the reality is, it's like with Glenn Beck when he started the Blaze, is more conservative, and then all of a sudden they seem to, I don't know if they get threatened into straightening out, because Alex Jones hasn't, but he's been threatened and hurt, with this banning and stuff. So I think a lot of the bigger companies, and even the Blaze got quite big really quick, was I don't know if they just get into that kumbaya mode, like you were saying, or what it is.
Well, even Matt Drudge has gone. He used to be real conservative, but now his stuff is just, I don't know, man. I'm getting to where I don't even go to his page for news anymore, because it's all, links to CNN and ABC and NBC and all this other, he's got a thing on there. A Gallup poll showing 52% of the people support Trump removal. That's bullcrap, man.
Yeah, 50% of what people, and what planet do they live on? Well, and I guess it's just, I guess everyone changes their business MO and their editorial staff, and they start bringing in all this wishy-washy stuff, and none of them are actually broadcasters. They're commentators.
Right.
Hannity would tell you that all the time. He's like, this is my opinion show.
Right.
And the same with Rush Limbaugh. And then there's very few. I mean, if you look at CNN or MSNBC or NBC or whoever, whatever, ABC, CBS, they all say, we're an opinion show. And their opinions seem to be quite, I hate Trump. So
right.
we're lucky to have, 25% of Fox, really. Right. And Glenn went off the rails. Now I think he's coming around. He's got some really good people on his network.
Yeah, I mean, Breitbart even went, south, man.
Yeah, it's like, and then maybe it's like Elijah Cummings. I hear he passed away. Maybe he had dirt on Hillary. Because it's
well,
odd.
He's been battling medical issues for years.
Yeah. So is Joe Biden.
But then again, we had a healthy individual in a cell that was supposed to be suicide proof. Suicide.
You wouldn't be talking about that Epstein character, would you?
Wait, did you say his name, Mark? Shame on
I think we had a video of him visiting with Hillary and Bill and another guy. I think I might have to put that back on YouTube again. That was well, the news is, well, my opinion on it. It's hard for me to watch. I know you and John are definitely, a little bit drilled down a little bit more, and John really gets into some of the underbelly of it and stuff. And I just look at it as like last night I'm watching a little bit of the news before I just went and binge watched some other program. it's just they make it seem like the only thing we have to worry about is, are we going to vote for Trump or a Democrat?
Right.
And it's not a big decision. I mean, if you're a Democrat, then all you got to do is sort through the remaining 9 or 10, or, socialists.
Right.
And
it's
and
going
really,
to be Elizabeth Warren. That's who's going to get it.
yeah. And then you vote for him. So why are we spending 24/7 on the news talking about who's running for president when they have the country has issues?
Well,
still.
because the whole goal is, here's the Democrats' dream. They want Trump gone. And they want they want him gone because they're afraid that he's going to reveal all about all of them.
Right.
And so they want him gone so that he is no longer a threat. They know they can't beat him in an election. So right. They have to come up with some other way. And that's what this whole impeachment thing is all about. And they're trying to remove him on this false premise of impeachment because they need him gone. Listen, we're going to talk a little more about this after the break. We do have to take a break and listen to some of our sponsors. We will be back shortly. Do not go away.
Stick around.
Let's talk about tea. Not just any tea, getthetea.com. They have all kinds of cool stuff. They have cleansing teas, they have stuff for eye health, stuff from the sea, immune support, stamina and energy, food and protein, and just all kinds of cool stuff. Log on to the website at www.getthetea.com. Log on now.
Well, right. Now if I can chop them up pretty good, I've been playing around with this, just, if it doesn't make it on YouTube. What I think would be nice, though, on YouTube is if once we get it a little bit more, we're not talking about other shit as much. I can just make it live on not live, but not unlisted, and just give it a title and a description, and it's on our YouTube channel.
I got this see this thing right here? It's a hair.
Oh, you got one of them crazy hairs?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. And it hurts when you pull them fuckers out. The eyebrow ones hurt like a motherfucker.
The nose ones hurt like a real motherfucker.
Yeah. Especially when they're up there.
Not only will it drop you to your knees, it'll make you freaking scream in pain and cry like a little bitch.
Like a little bitch. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to run to the restroom, look through and see what else we can talk about the rest, because I knew there were some issues I wanted to talk about that came up in the news last night, but I just, on Tucker Carlson and stuff. And
okay.
Then my brain starts swirling, and then I go to bed and I fucking forget all of it.
Hi, Jeffrey. Oh, hey, Jeffrey. What's going on, buddy?
What are you guys doing here?
Hey, Jeffrey, we just want to talk to you for a minute, okay?
What do you want to talk to me about?
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
You look miserable.
I'm not miserable at all. I'm fine.
Oh my gosh, you look horrible, Jeffrey. You look horrible.
What are you talking about? I'm fine. I've been eating better and I'm working out.
Jeffrey, pull it together, buddy.
Pull it together? I'm totally fine. I've been taking classes. I've been seeking counseling.
Jeffrey, it's not worth it, okay?
What are you talking about? It's not worth it. I'm trying to change my life in here.
Oh, Jeffrey, please don't do this.
What are you talking about? I'm going to a counselor. I'm getting the help that I need.
Jeffrey, come on, buddy. You got so much to live for.
I know I do. That's why I'm going to a counselor, to change my life.
Jeffrey, come on, snap out of it.
Snap out of what? I'm just sitting here.
Jeffrey, please don't do this. Think about how many people are gonna miss you.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here serving my time.
Come on, Jeffrey, pull it together, buddy.
I'm totally fine. I don't know how else to explain this to you.
Hey, buddy, you want to go on an airplane ride?
No, I'm totally fine here in my cell, thanks.
Jeffrey, take this pill. It'll make you feel better, okay?
You know what? I haven't eaten yet, so I don't really like taking pills on an empty stomach.
Yeah, Jeffrey, just swallow this pill. It'll help you relax a little bit.
No, you know what? I'm actually really relaxed right now, thanks.
Yeah, Jeffrey, swallow this pill. It'll help you relax. I just took one myself.
No, thanks. I'm just really not into pills.
Oh, Jeffrey, I can't believe this is happening.
Nothing is happening. I'm just sitting here.
Come on, buddy. Pull it together.
Pull what together? I'm literally just sitting here on my bed. Come on, Jeffrey. You gotta be strong.
I am strong. I'm doing fine. You want us to write the note for you?
Note? I don't need a note. Well, if it's his last request, it's our duty to write the note for him.
I don't have any last requests. I'm just sitting here on my bed.
Well, since I'm here, I guess I can legalize the note.
Nobody needs to legalize anything. Jeffrey, I promise you, we will write you the best goodbye letter ever.
Goodbye letter? What are you talking about? What's going on here? Yeah, we'll write a wonderful letter for you, buddy. I don't need anybody writing me a letter, okay? We're not gonna let you down, buddy. You don't need to worry about it. I'm fine.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no. I am not gone. I am right here, eyes wide open, and I am breathing.
Oh, he took his last breath.
That's not true. I'm breathing just fine.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey.
Okay, I need to make a phone call.
Oh, look at him. He is so peaceful.
Can somebody get my lawyer?
Goodbye, buddy.
Guard!
Until we meet again.
Can anybody hear me? Help! Man down.
All right, welcome back. Segment 3. God, it's hard to believe 2 segments are already in the can. Man, goes quick.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about CRN more than the news because that's more important.
Right now, it's a very important step in what we're doing. And I'm not the reason I'm staying away from the impeachment crap is because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a
non-story. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer showed what kind of babies they were just the other day. You know, they were in a meeting with President Trump on Syria, and Trump, I don't know, man, I guess he offended her or something. They got pissed off and stormed out and acted like little babies and all of that. She's now refusing to do a formal vote on the impeachment inquiry. And the reason for that is because she does not want to allow Donald Trump the right to due process.
Because God forbid we do that in America.
See, what they're forgetting is that in America, you have the right to face your accuser. Okay, so this whole thing with all of this whistleblower crap, and trying to protect the whistleblower or whistleblowers or whatever the heck you want to say, it's crap because when it goes to the Senate, if it ever goes to the Senate, it's going to come out who this guy is because they're going to require that he comes and testifies, and he's going to have to do that because in a court of law, you have the right to face your accuser. Yeah. Period.
Right. And they don't want him to. They want to, throw
here's why
up everywhere and get mud on his face, but they don't want him to be able to wash it off in public.
They know if they bring this guy in, that Trump's team is going to freaking run him so far into the ground, it's not even funny. They're going to dissect him into so many different pieces, and they're going to shred him to pieces, and they know it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's all part of their dog and pony show and their, I guess, smoke and mirrors, subterfuge and misdirection.
The dog and pony show is what it is. All this is to rile up the base, man. That's all it is. They just want to rile up the base, man.
Right. Yeah, that's all it is right now. And I was going to look for some news things, but I'll just leave it up to you.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's. You said you had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, I did. Back to the website. One of the content things I think I want to get on there is online courses. And Julie had mentioned she's really heavy into homeopathic medicine and plants, and for medical reasons. And I told her, I said, well, make a course, and we can either do it for free or for certain members, but it'd probably be for free. So if any of our listeners and listening audience maybe don't want to do a radio show or a podcast, I mean, we would like some writers that write content that want us to share it and get some links going on, and if they have a really good course on prepping, survival, homesteading, that they've put together, kind of like a Udemy course or something like that. Yeah. We can host them on the show and get a lot of eyeballs on that. And, even if it's just a mini course that they want to help promote their other course on Thinkific, or I think there's Udemy. There's a lot of online courses there. And so we have the ability to put that on the website already.
Yeah.
So they would just be right there in their course and tracks them through there and stuff. So I kind of wanted to put a shout out to anybody. So, got any ideas of what kind of courses they'd like to see on there, how to understand politics 101 or understanding fake news 101, let us know. And I think that would give us a pretty good lineup of content on ContraRadioNetwork.com.
Yeah.
With the blogs and the videos and the audios and the courses and stuff like that. Make it worthwhile
absolutely.
You can't go to Facebook and get any information. I mean, so we really would be kind of creating our own little group.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. I mean, it's a great idea. And something else too, we're always looking for sponsors. So if you own a business or know somebody that owns a business, product or service, let us know, and you can do that. Look, you can send. Here's the cool thing: if you're interested in any information, we now have new email addresses. My email address is donaldlowry@contraradionetwork.com. Mark's is Mark Boyle at contraradionetwork.com. John is John Jeffers at contraradionetwork.com. It's real easy. First name, last name at contraradionetwork.com.
Right. Yep. And we actually get the email. It's just that we kept them pretty, uncluttered boxes. So we get a chance to read them and stuff like that. And if you have an idea, a thought, an opinion, we want to hear it. Or if you have for advertising, like let's say, somebody that has a Etsy store or something that's, that they want a big audience for their homemade product or something like that. The pricing for that is dirt cheap because we already got a lot of listeners and a lot of viewers and on Facebook and everything. So how are you going to get a hold of 100,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 eyeballs that are interested in your niche, which whether it's knife making or backpacking or something like that? It's almost free when you think about it. On if you've ever paid for advertising, well, heck, even a Facebook ad's going to cost you, what, $20-$30 to hit that many people, and then it goes up the stream and it's gone.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly. It's just that's it. That's the thing with now. Facebook, I've done Facebook marketing. I've done Facebook advertisements and all that.
You've done a lot of that.
And I understand that algorithm and how it works. And you allocate so many funds per day. You say, I want this amount of funds to be seen by, this demographics, this targeted demographics in this area, this age group, this male, female, whatever. You can narrow it down and drill it way the heck down to whatever you want. But like you said, man, unless you're really saturating it, and let me tell you, Facebook is really good about capture 20,000 viewers, just add $5 more.
Right. And they are good at targeting.
Yeah. And then capture another 1,000 viewers for another $5. And they keep doing that. Yeah, man. When I was campaigning and I was running, and I finally got my ads approved. I was spending, $100, $200 a day. Yeah. In targeted advertising. Right. And that's just in this little town. I personally know guys that are spending $100,000, $200,000 a month on Facebook. Facebook alone advertising. It works, and it works tremendous. Yeah. But it does cost money to do it.
But you know what? The interesting thing is that, when you study, most of the guys that are, online telling you Facebook ads pay off is because you can niche it down to your target.
That's right.
Well, if you bring your advertisement over to something like CRN, which has the listeners and the viewers and the readers that are interested in your niche, you don't need to create a special audience and all these tracking pixels and all that stuff to find out who they are. And if you're paying, I don't know what, the price is, but it's a lot less than, 2, Facebook ads in a month.
Well,
And, and it's going to get replayed. It's going to be on, if somebody watches this video that's on YouTube and there's an ad on there, a year from now, there's more people seeing it if someone shares it.
So we have advertising packages, that are pretty cheap, but the most popular one is probably the one. It's about $50 a month. Okay, and $50
a month, not a day.
$50 a month, and
Yeah.
$50 a month will get you. It will get you banner advertising on the Contra Radio Network website. It will also get you advertising on the the hosting, these which goes out to iTunes. It goes to Google Play. It goes to iHeartRadio. It's on, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, or all these different venues. So you have that, and then you also have the listeners out on the 365 platform. We will make you like a program sponsor there, or we can even do something, along the lines of, broadcasting from the xyz.com studio,
Right.
That kind of thing as well. And then, we can professionally produce. Now, the more professional production that is included, the higher the advertising rate is going to go,
Right.
Because I have to hire voice artists to do this. And, I know voice artists. I am a voiceover artist. I do voice production as well. So I can do the voice production at no extra cost. So anything we do in-house,
Right.
We can keep that cost down, but we start going out and having people write scripts and things like that. We have to pay for that. And that's just the way it goes. I'm not going to ask, my buddy who's a professional voiceover artist to do it for somebody, at no charge. That's what he does for a living. He's got to make a few bucks on it. Yeah. But the point I'm getting at is, we can do everything from a banner advertisement on the website all the way up to complete professional voiceover production.
Right.
And of course, the higher up you go, the more it costs. But
right, because we could have a nice voiceover for part of our intro for our show.
Right. Well, you hear the intro to this show.
Yeah. So, it could be, we promote Get to Tea. We have no problem talking about our sponsors that are helping us at CRN, and John and everybody, all the hosts are going to do that.
Right.
So you're getting a lot of, cross promotion with other people.
Right.
With CRN, you might be paying your, $50 a month to CRN, but everyone's talking about it as if, it's our show.
You're going to get the Two Crazy Guys. You're going to get the Conservative Underground. You're going to get the Jeffers Brief. You're going to get Prepper Guy. That's what 4 programs right there that you're going to get included on, and it's going to be rebroadcast on the networks. So you're going to get plenty of exposure. Right. Mark, we got to take a break, man. We can talk about this when we come back, but we got to take another break, man.
Oh man, break again. Yeah. So, well, we're not talking much about news at all. But
I don't care. Do you?
No, fuck no. Because we could use, we can chop this up. I wanted to kind of make a little video for something,
This is good because it's going to help. See, that's the thing is if anybody's even listening to KYAH.
Right. But, it'll be on the feed, and stuff. And, people, I don't, even advertisers, if we get somebody that wants to pay $50 or $75 a month to be a sponsor of the show or a sponsor/advertiser, they're going to be part of these little fucking message groups and stuff like that. So, they're not just somebody sending us a check, like with Todd there at, MLM.
Right.
He's part of the, he can, he said, hey, can we change Daniel's, page name to where it's, Jeffers or countryradionetwork.com/ what does he call it? The good, the bad, the truth.
MLM, the good, the bad, the truth.
Yeah. So I said, sure, I'll do that. And as soon as I got to my computer, I changed it.
Yeah.
So you don't get that with a web service. You got to send them a fucking email.
We can talk about that too. I mean, we've got one more segment to go. We might as well. I don't give a fuck right now because there's nothing else in the fucking news other than bullshit.
Yeah, we can apologize for not talking about the news and say, well, there's nothing really happening other than,
Look,
are you going to vote for a
launching-
Democrat or a Trump?
We're launching something big right now, and I think it's important that we get it out there.
Right, because right now anyway, even on Live 365, we don't have a shit ton of listeners,
Right.
and so they these little things can be chopped into a plug that you throw in there in the clock,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That better to do it now than if we had 200,000 listeners, because then we don't need to fucking do it.
That's right.
Then we're doing good,
All right, let's finish it up, buddy.
All right.
Alrighty, welcome back. This is the fourth segment. Look, we're talking about something big here. We haven't talked a lot about news and politics in the program because this is a big event that's taking place. This is a big thing for us happening. This is the step up that we have been waiting for to happen for a long time.
Yeah.
And Mark was talking during the break, about some of the other added benefits. The other thing is, so we're talking about advertising packages. I mean, for something as simple as $10 a month,
Yeah.
you can get your banner placed on the Contra Radio Network's website. And I mean, I don't know how many views that website gets. Do you, John or Mark?
No, because
You don't have a counter on it?
no.
Yeah.
No, I can look at Google Analytics and stuff like that, but that's all more French and Greek to me. So it's more HTML voodoo.
Maybe something we need to consider putting in there, so that's a selling point for.
But we haven't really been. I mean, it wasn't until just recently we started even promoting it correctly.
Right.
Because John had a different website address for Podbeam and stuff, so it was kind of wasn't focused and narrowed down to just Contra Radio Network.
See, and that's what we're getting at, folks. Look, I do know that the Contra Radio Network has over 37,000 streams, downloads. Okay?
Yeah.
I know that statistic.
Right.
That's a lot by any margin.
Right.
Okay. What happened was we found out we were being shadow banned on social media.
Yeah.
They were not posting program to this day. They won't post my Conservative Underground program. I have to go in and manually do it. And then sometimes, I guess because of the name, sometimes when I go to log in, you have posted something that is violated our terms there. So basically the bottom line is our listenership did drop because of the social media banning.
Yeah, the censorship John was doing good with Blog Talk Radio and Contra Radio Network, Podbeam and stuff. And then all of a sudden everybody started, about a year and a half ago, just started, their algorithms started changing. And those are hate words: conservative, underground, Contra, radio. Well, that must be, one of them conservative people's, so.
Yeah,
we didn't really notice it, and John didn't notice it because we were all busy just doing our thing and having fun. But so the website is doing good. But when you figure $30,000, $40,000 login or downloads over whatever years, if you have an ad on there, it's still there.
Yeah,
and a lot of our content, some of our content, like the news and stuff, is more dated for that period of time.
Right.
But a lot of the content is just evergreen type content. I mean, you can listen to a show about, when I used to just talk about morals and values. I mean, that hasn't changed. Or the Overton Window, and Glenn Beck was talking about
all
that
that
5-6 years ago.
All those programs are still there.
Yeah, and if somebody watches it and shares it with their friend, and then all of a sudden there's another 1,000 views or something like that,
right?
Your ad is always there, so it's got a long tail return on investment.
Yeah, that ad is always going to be there. It's not like we pull those podcasts off and re-edit them and then re-upload them again. They're there. Once they're there permanently.
Yes.
And the same with the Live 365. We have our time slots that we're booking, and then there will be rebroadcasts, so you will be able to be heard by different audiences during different peak hour times as well. So there's a lot of things to just coming on board as a sponsor that benefit you. And then of course, Mark's working on, we've talked about it, and Mark's working on coming on board as a podcaster or as a provider. We would love to hear what you got. Look, you don't have to talk about politics. You don't have to talk about prepping. You don't have to talk about, that. You can talk about, if you want to talk about handguns or gun safety, or if you want to talk about construction or home building or gardening or landscaping, whatever it is you want to talk about, as long as it's not hateful, violent, or, against the law, then we're gonna let you come on board the program, and that's not an issue.
Right.
We do have our limitations, just like anybody else has their limitations. But all you have to do is log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com/join. There's a form there. Fill that form out. That form will get to us, and it doesn't commit you to anything. No. All it does is tells us, look, your name, your email address, some contact information, what it is that you want to talk about, your program information, and that you're interested in coming on. And
it's kind of like just knocking on a door, really. I mean, it's just like, hey, I do this, what can we do together? And not everything is set in stone. If you want to do maybe a show once a week, kind of like a documentary, or once a month, we can work that in, and we can work with you on that and say, well, you do very specific content like a documentary, or something, and every 6 months you have a new thing you want to talk about. We can do that. But the nice thing about it is you can share it from Podbeam. You can tell people to go listen to it at whatever time it's going to be on, the stream.
Right.
You can have a video with that, and you can start marketing your own content through very solid links, and other people are doing that too. It helps us, and we help them.
I mean, we are growing, and things are taking off because we're getting sponsors coming to us now, and that's a big leap in the podcasting industry, because a lot of people out there are starving, and they're wondering, how do I monetize my podcast? How do I monetize my podcast? And man, first of all, you have to have a lot of listens before they'll even look at you. You
do. You have to, because when I was on Blueberry or whatever it was called, they had, advertising sharing. Well, you had to have so many thousand downloads on an episode. It could be low, like 500, but you weren't making any money on it.
Right.
And then they're taking their cut, just like YouTube. So if you get 100,000, views on YouTube, and they give you, 10 cents per view, you're making a lot less than YouTube, because they're charging $1 a view. So you're not in control of the money you're making, and you're just getting pocket change from YouTube and Blueberry and these hosting things. And it's just dang hard to make $1 on it. Whereas if you do with us, you can have a page, you can do a lot of things depending on what you want to do.
Yeah. That's the other cool thing about coming on with us is everybody that comes on to the Contra Radio Network as a provider gets on the web. They get their own personal profile page on ContraRadioNetwork.com. Yeah. And on that profile page, you can have, an introduction video. You can have your picture. You'll have, a little, we got to make one up, but we're going to make a little thing there, a little badge that lets people know that you're a founding provider. Mm-hmm. I like that idea. And you'll also be able to sell that ad space. If you want, let's say you're an internet marketer and you're a marketer with a company and you make commissions on sales or something, you can put your referral link on that page.
Right.
And then when you're doing your podcast about, health and wellness. All right, let's use Daniel J. With MLM, The Good, the Bad, and the Truth. He's got his whole profile page set up over there. It's all linked to they have their HB Vitality. And I'll plug them, hbvitality.com, because they're part of us. And that's the other thing is when you come on as a business, you become part of Contra Radio Network. Yeah, you cross promote your product and your service. So HB Vitality has their website there, and all the links and they all go to the HB Vitality website. And when they make sales, they make commissions. That's how it works, folks.
Yeah, and the owner, just a great guy. I mean, he interacts with me on Messenger and stuff and says,
Yep.
"Hey, can we change this image? I goofed that up, change that." And it's almost like more FaceTime,
Yeah.
with your, because if you got a podcast or a product and you do a small show once in a while, it's so much easier then you share your content from Contra Radio Network. You don't have to have your own website, which requires
Exactly.
another learning curve that I get to go through, figuring all this out. You don't have to understand all the things that Don, or what John's doing in the background to get that, heck, just being a podcaster is one thing, and understanding mic, technique and mixing and normalization and volumes and all that. Now you got to go out and create a website to share from, so you get some traffic, so people are looking at your ad.
Right.
Because that's even more of it. If you have a video podcast, now you have all your downloads from your podcast, you have all your subscribers on YouTube or wherever you host them, and then you send them all to those places from CRN. It just gives you a kind of like a trifecta without having to learn all those things. Just focus on podcasting, focus on your business.
Yeah.
And we'll take care of all the heavy lifting basically on that department. MLM has their own website, but Daniel J is the guy that does their shows for their business. And
I've been in production a long time. I've done radio production a long time, and I don't know of anywhere that you can get what we're offering. The package, the cheapest package that we're offering, $30 a month if you commit annually.
Yeah.
And you get all that you get on, coming on as a content provider. And I as well as, advertisers, the rates we're charging our clients is just, it's unheard of in the industry.
Yeah. It's almost silly. In fact, if you're going to be a sponsor, an official sponsor / advertiser, I think the last number we batted around was, $40, $50 a month. Or you could do your own show for $30 a month, get an hour a week show, get the website, get all this other cross promotion that's going on. I just been calling it CRN marketing, going on for you for even less. And you can talk for an hour about your product.
Yeah.
It's almost like an infomercial for $30 a month.
Speaking of talking for an hour, we're out of time, buddy.
We're good at that crap.
So listen, we're going to cut it out for today. But stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more coming down the pipe. Until next time, this is Big D, and that's
Mark Boyle, the prepper guy.
You guys. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening.